So guys, Elrufai said something. He said that we Nigerians, that we need competent leaders. We need leaders that understand what people are going through in Nigeria, and no other person has all these qualities apart from Peter Obi. Just take a listen for yourself, guys, in a minute.
And the leader of this wonderful and brilliant party, the one and only Malam Nasiru Elrufai. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Progress! Progress! Mr. Chairman, that you have bestowed on me by inviting me to this conference, to Imo State, and to this occasion. I am very, very grateful to the national leadership of the party for organizing this conference and inviting these very distinguished keynote speakers. We flew in this afternoon. Our flight was a little delayed, and we had to go pay our respects to the Eze of Nekede. That's why we're delayed. I want to apologize for keeping all of you waiting. Now, having said that, I just want to make 2 or 3 points. First, we all know that Nigeria is in grave danger. And we know that we've witnessed governments, we've seen them perform, we've seen them not perform. We've seen our situation as a country sometimes improving, sometimes not improving. But in the 65 years I have lived in Nigeria, which is post-independence Nigeria, there has never been a government that within 12 months has shown it did not come to work for the people, but for themselves. Within 24 months, this government, this APC government, has thrown 30 million more Nigerians into poverty. Each and every person that lives in Nigeria, whether you're rich or poor, know the difference between life on 29th May 2023 and life in September 2025. So what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues in the SDP, is that Nigeria is going down and down. It has never been this bad in my 65 years of being alive in this country. But this is not a conference of lamentations. This is a conference about the future. Our future is in our hands. We must register to vote. We must get everyone that is 16, 17 years of age now and above to register to vote. Because by 2027, they will be 18. Imo State, and indeed the entire Southeast, is lagging behind in the continuous voter registration exercise. This is not acceptable. The only power you have is your vote. It's the only thing you can use to kick out this government and replace it with something better. So I appeal to all of you here, you're all leaders in your own right, to please go back to your communities, to your villages, to your organizations, and encourage every adult to register to vote. That's the first step. The second step, of course, is to come out to vote on election day and vote against the APC. Number 2, as you are aware, we have adopted a party for the coalition, the African Democratic Congress, the ADC. So why am I here speaking to SDP chieftains? I'm here to tell you that the adoption of the ADC is the first step. There are further steps where other opposition parties like the SDP the NNPP, even the PDP or whatever is left of it, will join this coalition. This is a coalition to save Nigeria. To save Nigeria from extremely bad governance. A government of cronies that we have never seen in our history. And we must all come together. We must have an open mind of coming together, putting all our capabilities together and confront the evil that is in the villa. We must do it with single-minded focus, and we must put all our differences aside and ensure that this is done. The third point I want to make is that post-2027, the job of rebuilding Nigeria and bringing back the confidence and feeling of inclusion in governance will start. It's not going to be easy. Every Nigerian must have a sense of belonging. Most Nigerians today don't feel they belong to this country or belong to this government unless they have a Yoruba sounding name. And we must work together. We must not get angry. We must see this as a phase and a lesson on nation building. We must not be bitter or say we will revenge or retaliate what is being done now. But we must go back, work together as a people united, to rebuild institutions that are being destroyed, to appoint people to positions on merit, and to ensure that election time we stand up to protect our votes and not be intimidated by anyone, whether it is police, the military, or INEC. We must register to vote, we must vote and insist that our votes count. This is our message right across Nigeria. I've been going around the country. I've been speaking to many people like you with this same message. For me, it does not matter who is the next president of Nigeria. But I want to see somebody who is competent and who cares about lifting the poorest of us, our people. And giving opportunity for the most endowed amongst us to excel, to realize their full potentials. Government should be an enabler of those that are weak to rise, an enabler of those that are strong to be even stronger. No one needs to be shortchanged in a government that is concerned about the people. But when a government is concerned about getting things for itself, a few families and a few friends, then the whole of society suffers. And we've seen a lot of this in Nigeria. We must come together. We must unite. We must be strong and resilient and work to make our country better. It is okay to sit and blame the leaders, but we should ask ourselves in our little areas, because each and every one of us here is a leader of some sort. You may just be the leader of your family or the leader of a group of friends. You may be a follower to the governor of Imo State, but in your family, in your schools, in your circle of friends and social interactions, you are a leader too. How have you led people? Have you led with integrity? Have you led by example? Because unless you lead by example, you make those that are below you even more cynical. This government has said it is undertaking fundamental reforms. And we agree with some of the reforms. But leaders should lead by example. You can't ask us to tighten our belts while you are buying a new plane and a brand new car for yourself. This is Latvia. Seriously, this is what I mean when I say lead by example. Because the people that you lead are looking up to you to see whether, when you ask them to sacrifice, you are also making a bigger sacrifice. When you ask them to walk, you are running. That's why you're a leader. And when people don't see that, they get cynical, they begin to distrust leaders, and this is what has happened to Nigeria. But I'm appealing to you, my friends, my colleagues, members of the SDP, that we should never, never, ever lose hope. This country is not a geographical expression. It is a creation of God. And we lost 2 million lives to keep this country the way it is. It is too late for us to go back and bring those 2 million lives. But what we can do is to make Nigeria the China of Africa, and we can do it. We can do it, and by the grace of God, we will do it. All we need is leadership that leads by example, that treats every Nigerian equally, that focuses on getting people based strictly on merit while reflecting our diversity. It is not difficult, it can be done. By the grace of God, working together, all of us, we will achieve it. I thank you once again for inviting me to this conference and to Imo State. And I'm sorry if I've spoken too much and too much emotion. But thank you. But I have only one passport, my Nigerian passport. And I'm not going anywhere until I see this country improve. Thank you and God bless.
Because how can the governments be seen that we don't have money, but every day they are traveling? A video was trending where governors were waving hand for our president because he was traveling. It can only happen in Nigeria, where everybody in government today are fighting against P2B because they know that if P2B should win that election, that P2B is going to cut down the cost of governance and it's going to affect them so deeply. So that's why they are fighting so dearly. Everybody in government today is against P2B winning the next election. Because all of them have been epicified. All of them are now working for the current government because they want to remain in power and they also want to be benefiting something from Tinubu's government. So they are all working for Tinubu and planning for the next election instead of working for their current tenure to make it a memorable one. God of Enugu State, Governor Tamba, is doing a great job in Enugu State, but instead of all the governors to pick up what they can learn and invest in their own state, they are busy planning ahead of the next election, whereas the one they've given to you, you've not achieved anything with it. Where all the governors came and was waiting for the president of Nigeria, he was traveling, whereas your country is in shambles, but they are traveling and waving hand. That's the level where our country has gotten to. It's so bad that this is the level where we are. Where the country is struggling, there's hunger in the land, the poverty rate is increasing. All these things are happening and the government don't even care about Nigerians. Rather, they are traveling for themselves. Rather, they are all after of what will benefit them, not even about Nigerians. Rufai declare we need a competent leader. We need someone that understands the pain that the people are going through. And no other person in Nigerian politics understands that or has those qualities apart from P2B. So he was indirectly calling on Nigerians to support P2B next election. Because this is what it will take. Like I said, next election is going to be hard for Tinubu to rig and to win. Because right now, Elrufai is holding people in the north. So imagine if he can put all his vote and support to P2B, and then the rest happens. If this should happen, the rest is history, because Obi already have more supporters than anybody in Nigeria. So let me get to a visit in the comment. I'll be you guys in my next video.